All right, so we're gonna go over leash walking first. Let's go. No. Yes. And just remember, when you reward Honeybear, you want to reward him back at or behind your leg. Yes. So remember, you don't want to reward Honeybear up here, because then he's going to drift across you as you're walking. Wait. Good boy. And he doesn't have to sit when you say wait. He just has to stop. Let's go. Wait. Good boy. Let's go. So if he continues forward after you say wait, wait, you're going to pop back on the leash like that. Let's go. Wait. Good. But as long as he stops immediately, you don't. Let's go. All right, and then remember, you can use leash pressure to get him into the right position. So if you want him to come to your side here, you're gonna take the leash in your left hand. Let's go. And you're gonna guide him with the leash like that. Good boy. All right, so off leash heeling. Wait. Heel. No, no, Honeybear, come. Come. Heel. Good boy. Yes. I want you for the time being to have a higher heel reward frequency when you're off leash heeling him. Yes. The reason why is because off leash heel is much harder than on leash because he doesn't have that leash to guide him. Yes, but if you're rewarding him frequently, then he's more likely heel to stay with you. Good boy. Yes. And notice how I'm rewarding with my left hand now. Heel, because I don't have the leash in my left hand, so it's easier to do that. Yes. But again, you're still heel. Gonna reward him in the same spot. Good boy. Good boy. And you can practice weights the same way. Wait. But here is where you're going to use the e-collar because you don't have the leash on him. Heel. So if you say wait and he continues forward, wait. He didn't there. Heel. That was good. Wait. Yes. Good job, buddy. Nice job. Good job, buddy. Heel. Nice. Good work. Good work. Heel. Good job, buddy. Come on. Good job. Good job, my friend. Good job, my friend. Heel. Good. Wait. Good. Wait. All right, we're gonna demonstrate waiting. Honeybear, wait. Honeybear, wait. We're gonna demonstrate waiting at doorways next. I want you to practice this on leash first because it's much easier on leash. So you're gonna walk up to the door. Wait. Good. And then all he has to do is not cross this invisible line here. Wait. No. So if he does, wait, you're gonna correct him. So remember, a correction means first saying no and then doing something to change his behavior. So there I just stepped into him using my body. Wait. Good. And notice how when I come back to reward him, I reward him where I want him to be, which is behind that threshold. Wait. Good. Behind the threshold. Wait. You want to make sure you're not rewarding him across the threshold. Good boy. Wait. You can eventually do it off leash, where you just drop the leash like that. Wait. Good. And then eventually you're going to release him. Okay, free. Honeybear, come. No, Honeybear, come. Yes! Oh, good. Yes. So if you hear me, Honeybear, wait. No, wait. Good. If you hear me say no, that means I'm using the e-collar for the recall. So we're going to do some recalls next here. Wait. Good boy. Super job, buddy. Nice job. Here I'm waiting for him to be stable. Wait. And give me eye contact. Okay, free. And that gives him permission to be free. Honeybear, come. Yes, good. Nice. Okay, free. So that time I did not use the e-collar because he came to me immediately, he responded right away. Honeybear, come. Yes. I didn't that time either. Yes. Remember to reward him multiple times, sometimes after he comes back to you. Yes. You can give him a little jackpot. Okay, free. But eventually you're going to release him. As far as how often to reward recalls, for right now, reward him every single time you call him. So 100% of the time. Over time, you can start to wean him off it a little bit, but you still want to reward him very frequently the rest of his life. The more you reward a behavior, the more likely he's going to do it again. So if you stop rewarding recalls, or if you're not rewarding him enough, he's not going to be as motivated to do it. You're going to be more reliant on the e-collar and on the correction to get him to come. So again, just for the time being, Honeybear, come. Yes, 100% of the time he comes back, you reward. Okay, free. All right, Honeybear. Good job, buddy. Nice. No. Place. Wait. Good boy. Wait. Good boy. And remember to reward him for making good choices. So there, he didn't break when I went up to sweep. So I rewarded him for it. Because this is a big trigger for him, this brush coming close to him and moving around. So good. When that happens and he makes a good choice, he stays on the platform, then good things happen. Good. Super job, buddy. Nice. All right, so I want to talk about taking the leash on and off. So for right now, put him on a raised platform when you're taking equipment on and off him, because it helps contain him. When he's free, he's more likely to play keep away and be evasive. But if he's on this platform, he knows he has to stay there. So it's easier for me to... Good job, buddy. Nice. Do this. Good job. And I'm gonna reward him if I put the leash on and he's good. Good job. And same if I take the leash off. Anytime I'm touching him, handling him, putting equipment on and off, good. Raise platform and reward afterwards if he's a good boy. Same with the e-collar. Good boy, but again, he's not allowed to get off the platform. That's really important. If he does break and runs and gets off, just like I did earlier, you're gonna say no. If he has the e-collar on him, you're gonna correct on the e-collar as well. Good, super job, buddy. Nice. Good. But the order I want you to put equipment on with him is first, so you're gonna let him out of his crate and you're gonna put the leash on him first. Good. And then once the leash is on, the e-collar, the reason for that is if he breaks off the platform and I don't have anything on him, then it's harder. It's gonna be harder for you to get control of him and get him back on the platform. But if you have the leash, then you can just step on the leash like this. If he breaks, then he can't go anywhere. So now you can put the e-collar on. Good, super job, buddy. Nice work, buddy. Good boy. Okay, free. All right, so getting him in and out of the crate. He's never been in this particular crate before, so I'm going to start by loading it with food. Oh, kennel. Good. When he goes in, I praise him. Good boy. Good job. Free. So when you first put him in his crate at home, I want you to do the same thing. You can have a leash on him like this. Go kennel. Say go kennel. Throw food in there. Then you can take the leash off. Take the leash off, close it. And then when you go to let him out, this is how you're gonna do it, is you're gonna make him wait. Wait. And now I don't want you to do this where you take your hand off the door and walk away yet, even though I can do that right now. That's just because we've worked on this for you. I want you to keep your hand on the door and be ready to close it on him. So if he does start to bolt out of the crate, you're gonna close it on him abruptly. Make sure he doesn't actually come out. And then you're gonna release him. Okay, free. And then you're gonna get food on you. Honeybear. Honeybear. I'm gonna call him to you. We can work on this in the lesson. No. Good boy, buddy. Good job, buddy. Nice job. Good work, my man. Nice. The other technique I want you to practice with him is using leash pressure to get him into the crate. So for this, you're not gonna throw food in there. You're gonna say, go kennel. You're gonna pull. Good. And then after he goes in, you'll throw the food in. Okay, free. And this is to teach him that he has to go in the crate when you tell him to, even if you don't throw food in there. Go kennel. Good boy. Super job. Nice. Okay, free. Good. So start pretty close like this. Place. If he doesn't go on, leash pressure, just like you did with the crate. And then when he's on the bed and he's settled, good. This bed is way too big, but I'm just using it for the video for you. You want a bed that's about half this size, only big enough that he can lay down comfortably on it completely. Good, all he has to do is stay on the bed, all four paws. He doesn't have to sit, lie down, he can stand, but we want him being calm and settled as much as possible. So when he is calm, you can come up to him and calmly reward him just by dropping food on the bed. Don't get all excited. The bed is not playtime. You don't want him very animated there, so everything you do should be very calm. Good. And you can have him on the bed as long as you want. You can stay on there up to an hour, and you can do other things, but just make sure you supervise him and you're watching him and checking on him. If he does get off the bed, you're gonna say no, use the e-collar or grab the leash, put him back on. You can be moving about doing other things. And typically the longer he's there, the more settled he's going to be. So generally I wouldn't release him this quickly, but just so we're not standing here forever, I'm gonna release him now. Just make sure he's fairly calm when you release him. Okay, free. And that's how you're gonna release him, is going up to him like that. Honeybear, place. Good, so he made a good choice there. Although he saw that piece of bark off the bed, he sniffed it, he didn't actually step off, so that was a good choice. Good boy, good job. Okay, free. Honeybear. Good boy, buddy. Nice job, buddy. All right, and I know we talked about being able to squat down and pet him. So if you do this with him, keep a leash on. And he's being a good boy now. But like I said in the beginning, he would want to jump up and bite my face or just be completely crazy when I would try to do this. So if he is being crazy with you, that's what the leash would be for. You want to interact with him very calm. You don't want to be roughhousing with him and getting all excited and amped here. Okay, so just really slow pets. I don't mind that he's rolling around and doing all this stuff. He's just not allowed to bite my hand. He's not allowed to jump up at me. And also the leash prevents him from being evasive here. So you don't want him playing this keep away game where he's ducking his head and juking and dodging you. If he does try to do that, he can't go anywhere. So he just learns the only thing he can do here is allow you to pet him. Good boy. Good, and you can reward with food too. If he's not biting you or he's being a good boy here. Good. Good. And now what I'm doing is a little different. So now I'm actually holding him with both hands by his collar, and I'm not allowing him to squirm around. Good. And then I'm rewarding him for sitting still and not fighting me. So this is like an obedience exercise now. This is not cuddle time petting. This is, hey, you have to hold still while I hold your collar. Good. Super. Good boy. And the reason we do this is so that in the future, if you have to restrain him at the vet, if you have to restrain him for any reason, he's used to doing this and he's more acclimated to this. So again, I'm relaxed right now, but I do have both of my fingers through his collar. I'm not squeezing or choking or anything like that, but I just am ready. Good, if he starts to fight me. Good job, buddy. And I'm waiting for him to stop squirming. Good, and that's when I mark with my good. I don't want to use yes here because I don't want him getting really excited for the reward. I just want him good. And again, this will also help you put his collar on him too. Good. Okay, free. And at the end of it, just calmly release him. Don't throw a big party and go crazy with them. Just say calmly, okay, free. And that tells them, all right, you're done. Let's go. Wait. Good. Wait. No. Now I didn't use the e-collar there because I have the leash on him So notice how I corrected him. Very calm. I'm not chasing him around, just saying no in a stern, assertive tone. Going up, stepping on the leash so he can't run away from me, and then putting him back behind the threshold. Wait, and then repeat. Good. 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 You can use the e-collar in that situation. Just sometimes when he feels the e-collar, he wants to come to you even more because he's so conditioned to recall on the e-collar. So sometimes it can confuse him. So that's why when you're practicing weights right now, just have the leash on him like this. Wait. Good. Good job, buddy. Nice. Okay, free. Okay, free. All right. So sits and downs, also practice with the leash on for right now. Honeybear, sit. If he doesn't sit, you're gonna pull up on the leash like that until his butt touches the ground. So it's constant, continuous pressure until he sits down, and then you release the pressure. And then, wait, he's gotta stay in that position until I release him. Okay, free. Honeybear, sit. Good boy. Good job. Wait. If you want to do a longer distance sit stay, same as you do at the doorway, practicing weight with him. Good boy. Super job, buddy. Good job, boy. Okay, free. Okay, free. And then for DOWN, down, down. You're gonna pull down on the leash. Oops, my foot slipped out of it. Good boy, until he lies down. Now he's thinking about getting up here. No. So he's not allowed to crawl or move from the spot. Good. Good boy. Okay, free. We're gonna do that again so you can see it. Honeybear, down. Down. Good boy. Super job. No. Good. Good job. Okay, free. Down. Good. That was much better. So that time he tried to beat the leash pressure. Started to go down even before I really applied pressure there. And that's what we want to see. Wait. And if he were to break, you say NO, you put him right back into the spot that he was originally in, using the leash pressure. Good boy. Okay, free. Good job, buddy. Good job. And I have worked on sits and downs off leash. This is more advanced. I don't want you doing this yet, but I just want to show you. Oh, good. If he ever offers a sit, reward that. Remember, he doesn't like sitting. It's very awkward and uncomfortable for him. So it's still a work in progress. But if he ever offers it like that, jackpot him. Really reward him for that. Good boy, buddy. Okay, free. Honeybear. Honeybear. Sit. Sit. No. Sit. Oh, good. So you notice there, I used my body, a little bit of spatial pressure. I lifted up with my hand like that and stepped into him to get him to sit. And I'm using that instead of the leash pressure, so it's more like body pressure. But he's not allowed to run away from me. That strong no I gave him there was because he was starting to be evasive of me. And then down, down. Good. And then what I do for down, off leash, Instead of using the leash, I'm just pushing down on his shoulder blades. Honeybear, free. Good boy. Down. Nope. Good. But I bend down right before I do that, so he's learning when I bend over, that means lie down. Good boy. Okay, free.